Hello and welcome to Oxygen Not Included. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a wonderful day because this is a quirky, fun, and beautiful little colony management game that I am a little bit late getting to. A lot of people have played this already. A lot of people have been saying to me that I need to play it, and I've just been busy. I've not had time for new video games, so I'm finally sitting down to play Oxygen Not Included. I'm quite happy to be getting to play it because I have put about 45 minutes into it thus far, and I can report it is in fact quite fun. So rather than telling you about how much fun I'm having, we're going to show you. So we're going to start a new game, we're going to generate the world, we're going to make our colonists, or our duplicates as they're called in this game, and it's going to be very, very interesting indeed. So we begin with Bea, Casper, and Red. Bea is a slow learner, which is not ideal. You have gastrophobia, which means you're not interested in the culinary arts, and you're a narcoleptic, which means you will sleep anywhere. We're going to shuffle you out a little bit. You have a bottomless stomach, which isn't good. You're a scaredy cat, which means you won't do combat. But to be honest, I'm going to say that's okay. When you are stressed, you will vomit. Good. That's fine. We'll have Jasper. We've got Casper. It's very tempting to keep both of them because they rhyme, but I don't want someone with gastrophobia. You are biohazard, which means that all the vitamin C in space can't stop you from getting sick. No, definitely not. Loud sleeper, also definitely not. Small bladder, which means you will need to go to the bathroom more often, but honestly, Stacy, that's fine. We have Ruby, who also would have a small bladder. Nope. Bubbles, the narcoleptic. Nope. We have Fran with gastrophobia. Nope. We have Will, the mouth breather, which means that Will use more than their fair share of oxygen. Definitely not. A yokel. You aren't the brightest. You can't research, but that's okay. That's totally okay. The name of the colony is going to be NERDROSOFT Space Program, I guess. Totally works. And we'll embark. And remember, ladies and gentlemen, on this expedition, oxygen is not included. So we have Jasper, Stacy, and Bertie. Your crew has awoken miles beneath the surface of an unfamiliar terrestrial body. Oddly, they have no recollection of how they got here. It might be best to start digging. So let's do it. Let's get digging. We are going to need to get ourselves some resources. We are going to need algae. We are going to need some copper ore, of which there's plenty in that space. So let's begin by digging our way down here. Just a little bit, so we can get into that space down there. There's a bunch of oxygen in there as well, which is probably good news. And we can maybe dig some of this out as well, just to make sure that we get some resources. But what I'm really gunning for is this copper and the coal as well. So we're going to mine just a whole bunch of that out, so that we can get some good resources on the go. We are going to need to build ourselves a ladder. So maybe we go and dig all of, not that, but dig all of that out. And we'll build a ladder just in that spot there. Can I cancel some of these? Because those are not meant to be in those spots. Cancel construction in those. Get those ladders built there. And whilst that's going on, we'll speed up the game a little bit just to make this all a little bit easier. We'll mine all of that out. And we're getting a bunch of copper. We're getting a bunch of resources. We have plenty of oxygen thus far. So we're doing all right. Oxygen might not be included. Oh, that's a lot of... That's some contaminated water. We want to steer clear of that. There's a bit of a slight waterfall going on there. There's some circulating air, I assume. Gonna want to be aware of that as well. But we have plenty of space being mined out here, which is beautiful news because it means that we have plenty of space for building things. For example, we are going to want to get ourselves a manual generator, and I'm going to throw it just into this spot over here. Next, I want to get myself an outhouse, and we'll throw the outhouse just up there, sort of out of the way a little bit. We're going to want to get ourselves 3 cots, so we'll go and do 1, 2, and 3. We are going to want to get ourselves a research station right next to the power generation. We're also going to want to get ourselves a microbe musher next to power generation as well. And we're also going to want to get an algae deoxidizer and possibly another one just over here as well, just to make sure we have plenty of oxygen. So what we'll do is go back into power and say that we want to build some electrical wires just the whole way across there. And that'll give everything power, meaning that we can make food, we can research, and we can generate oxygen from algae, which is this green stuff up here. There's plenty of it up there as well, which I'd actually really like to get to. So let me say that we want to mine here. Let me try and mine all of this out. And that should be totally fine if we do this kind of thing. So we'll say that all of this needs to be mined out. All of this needs to be mined out. And all of that needs to be mined out as well. Now that can be a bit of an issue because oxygen will eventually wind up getting trapped in there, but I can block all of that off, so it should be okay. Now that doesn't yet have a power connection. That's okay. We'll speed things up a little bit and get this all constructed. This stuff's all relatively vital, I find anyway, to the early game in Oxygen Not Included. I don't know if this is the ideal way to do things, by the way. I did mention that a lot of people have already played this, and a lot of people have been telling me to play it. I haven't been watching people play this because I wanted to play it myself, so if I'm doing this the wrong way, I do apologize. Now let's see, we need bottled water and meal lice to make that. This can be made from dirt and bottled water, so just make mush bars right there. As for research, we're gonna go for farming tech. And we're gonna start making novice research just there. So we'll get those done as soon as we possibly can. We do need to get access to a source of water though, so I'm thinking what we do is we go into base here and we build a ladder the whole way down to there. And then what we do is we put a pneumatic door just into that spot, and that'll let us get access to this water, which seems like a fairly good idea to me. Also, can I increase the priority of all of this stuff? Like, can I say that that needs to be more than priority 5? It just doesn't seem to actually increase it. Like, it's not actually... It's not actually increasing the priority of this at all. Even though I feel like it should be. We'll not worry about it too much. It's just a little bit annoying. Either way, we'll speed the game up and get things done. Stacy's generating electricity, Jasper is researching, and now everybody's gone off to bed. Now, currently, there is more than enough oxygen in this space, but we do need to make sure that we... What is this? There's a hatch. Interesting. It's overheated as well. As long as none of those come near me, I'm not too worried, but we are eventually going to need to deal with those kind of things. Either way, we'll speed things up. We'll get everybody awake. Stacy, I think, is... Yeah, you're not a fan of the drab decor. I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with that, Stacy. I don't think decoration is going to be a priority of mine for a little while, at least. I would, however, like to get some tiles just there. Just for the sake of it. We could get some tiles up here as well. We could, actually. Go ahead and bring some tiles the whole way across there. Now, this might seem completely unnecessary, but if we do that kind of thing... we can say that we want to mine all of this out, which will get us some resources and also get us more algae, which is good for the generators. So that doesn't seem like a terrible idea. This will all be mined out eventually, which is totally okay by me. Now, the one downside of these tiles is that they will block the flow of oxygen, because as you can see, the oxygen is, you know, for example, Birdie is consuming a lot of oxygen right now because Birdie is... running on, effectively, a very fast treadmill. Where, I mean, actually, no, I think you're consuming the same. You're consuming minus 100, and you're minus 100 as well. So maybe not. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Either way, the flow of oxygen can be blocked by tiles. Eventually, we can unlock a gas-permeable tile, which will act like one of these, like a floor, but it will let gas go through. So I can put those above the algae deoxidizers, which means that oxygen will be able to flow into this space up here, which is what we want. So we'll get that done eventually. What's up here? Building flooded? Really? This doesn't block the... without blocking the flow. Yeah, I didn't need this. Let's just deconstruct that, I think. Something tells me we don't really need it. We just need the water. That's all I was really interested in was the water. So if you guys can... If you guys would stop working on just food and research and actually get this all done, that would be great. Although, we should... Yeah, we are due another duplicate in 565 seconds. So we can get them working on all of this. It really does seem like the priority thing just isn't working. Like, they're not doing anything with it. Unless it's just something I can't do yet. But it's very, very strange. I can change the priorities in here, though. So, for example, we can say that Stacy isn't going to... Oh, so this actually works very similarly to RimWorld. The ones that are highlighted are ones where they have decent bits of skill. Let's say that... I don't know who's going to do what here. I feel like with 3 people, they all need to be doing everything. Which is a bit annoying, but I feel like that's just the way this needs to work. They all need to be doing everything at this point. So we'll just have them do everything. Now, this currently doesn't have the algae necessary to run, which is a bit of a pain because there's a lot of it up here that I want to mine out. A lot of dirt up there as well. So hopefully, once we get the 4th duplicate, we can get the necessary resources to make this whole thing work. Although I suppose when we're done with research, Stacy might have less to do. I guess we'll see. I mean, how are we looking with this? If we look at... Oh, okay, power's done. They're all eating. That's fine. We are still generating food as well, which is nice. And I realize we need to get some storage in here. So if we go to not stations, furniture? No. Base? Storage compactor. Yeah, we want to get a couple of these. Can you rotate these? No. Oh, that's research. Oh, we're nearly done with this. 5 more of those and we're done. Okay. Let's put a couple of storage compactors just up there. Oh, this is being mined out at last. Good. That's beautiful news. Because it means that we might eventually get this all done. Which would be really nice, I'll admit. It would be really nice to get on with the mining projects there. Let me also close these tips because I don't really feel like I need them. I feel like I have the basics down, you know? I feel like what we're doing here is probably fine, although we probably want to mine this algae out here at some point as well. Either way, the point is that there is a lot of work to be doing, and they're not currently doing it because it's a bit of a pain. We're at 19 of 20 on farming tech. I'm not gonna assign a new research immediately, simply because I really want the construction and mining work to be done. Because that's gonna get us some algae for oxygen generation, because we don't have any oxygen generation. Oh, are you seriously gonna do the water? Come on, man. We don't need you doing the water at the moment. The oxygen generation is kind of the priority here. I guess I can go and say that oxygen generation is... Can I do these based on priority as opposed to just do or do not? No. That's kind of annoying. Oh, they are doing some of this, I suppose. They're just not doing a lot. Because for some reason I can't actually get them to do priority stuff. Drag to prioritize, set priority 5. How do I increase the priority, though? It's not middle click. None of that stuff. It's not alt. It's not shift. Shift scroll. Control scroll. No. Page up. Page down. No. Controls? Maybe I should look at controls. Controls. So that's all of that stuff. Prioritize is P. But I'm looking for... I'm looking specifically for... Yeah. Doesn't seem like it's in there. That's the root stuff. That's the tool stuff. That's the building stuff. Debug stuff. I'm not interested in any of that. I am looking specifically for... the priority thing. I don't know. That is really strange that it doesn't seem... Oh, this is how you do it. Okay. I didn't notice that. So I just do this, and it's like, hey, we'll go do that immediately. Yeah, there we go. So all of that construction and all of that construction is going to be like super high priority. So they'll do that first, which maybe isn't the right thing to do, considering we do need to get all that done, but I want them to mine all this out. Also, resources, I'm just going to say all and all for the time being. Just so we can get cleaning up at some point. Oh, there's another duplicant ready. Okay, let's choose a duplicant. We have Woodrow, Carl, and Max. We have Small Bladder, Yokel, and Narcoleptic. Honestly, I'm going to say Woodrow. Welcome to the team, Woodrow. You and your ginger hair sleeping on the floor. It seems totally fine by me, anyway. He can enjoy sleeping on the floor if he wants to sleep on the floor. This is all being constructed, which is beautiful news. We've got the algae coming in as well, which means we're going to be able to make oxygen. Which is all of this stuff going on, which is beautiful, beautiful stuff. So that's good. Let's go to research station and say that the next one is going to be the gas piping, because it means that we can get the gas permeable vents, which we absolutely want. We are having some problems with sand just there. So if you guys wouldn't mind clearing those out, that'd be good. There we go. They're enjoying some food at this point. Maybe clear that out as well. Because we really don't want sand down here. It is very much in the way at the moment. So you guys are mining that out. This is all being mined out as well. Can you guys get about there easily enough? There's no problems like getting up to these points? Oh, sand fell in those spots as well. Let's just clear all of that out, please. Stacy was there having a massive dump. Classic Stacy. Always having a massive dump, that Stacy. Oh, that's just Stacy. She's just full of it. Literally just full of it. Clear out some of that sand from there as well. And a bit of the sand from there as well. Just to make sure that we can always get stuff done around here. You know, maybe we should just mine all of this. Wait, who? Oh, Jasper. Jasper just made a mess. Use the mop tool with K to clean it up. Yeah. Can we mop that up, please? It seems like it is just in a little puddle there. Possibly. I can't really see it, so I don't know for sure. Either way, we have a lot of algae lying about at this point, which is good news. Let's just go ahead and clear the rest of this out. Just so it's all relatively neat. I mean, I can still block all of this off with tiles so that oxygen isn't getting stuck up in all of that space. But now that oxygen generation is back on... Oh, wow, water's filling up into here for some reason. Why is water filling up into here? What's going on with that? That's really strange. Are we... Hold on, what is this? There's algae down there. I assume we don't want that to touch the water for a start. But I'm wondering if... Is it right, this is going to sound like it... This might be way too much in terms of physics for this game. Is it possible to displace the water in this game because of how much oxygen you are pushing into... Like, if I push a bunch of oxygen down in here, it's going to push that water out if I push enough of it in there. But I feel like this algae might be responsible. Either way, I want to go ahead and mine all of this out, because there's a lot of copper in there. And that's going to give the water somewhere to go. Which, to me, seems like a pretty good idea, so... We'll get that done. Woodrow still doesn't have anywhere to sleep, so we probably want to go into furniture and say, hey, have a cot. Right there, buddy. We might also want to get another bathroom. We do need to clear that one, though, so if I go to prioritize real quick and say that I want that to be a top priority... That seems like a pretty good idea, because it means that the bathroom is going to be functional again. Can anyone reach that? I don't think anyone can reach that, which is a bit of a problem. We'll see. We'll see if anyone can reach... I know no one can reach this stuff up here, so... We'll see what happens. Either way, I do want to go back to prioritize, and I do want to say, hey, this is maybe going to be a pretty high priority right there. So if everybody could help mine all of that out, that would just be excellent. Because that water really needs somewhere to go. And I don't particularly want it going all up here. So there we go. The water's flowing at this point. Which is pretty good news. These guys can apparently stay underwater for a little while, which is interesting. I don't know if that's good for their health, though. And that was a little hint of sarcasm. I'm pretty sure that being underwater is not a good idea. So we might want to do something about that. There's also pretty much... There's no air in that space either, which is kind of concerning. So we do want to get some of that done there as well. Let's go and prioritize that a little bit there, just to make it more of a priority, and maybe let some of the air from this side go to that side. But that does just seem to be carbon dioxide over there. We also need to mine that out and bring the priority up a little bit on those. There we go. So the water is flowing. There's a bit of air down there. It's still slightly flooded up here, but I imagine we'll be okay with that. Hopefully this will all get to working. The toilet is needing cleaned, which Jasper's currently doing, so fair enough. You enjoy that, Jasper. You just, you do you, Jasper. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. If you want to clean a toilet, you clean it. You just clean it. You clean it like no one's business, Jasper. Now let's have a little look. We have unlocked a couple of things. We have the algae terrarium, which will recycle carbon dioxide into a small amount of oxygen. Gains a minor efficiency boost in direct light. So I feel like this is something that would be useful, because this doesn't need power. So this is useful next to carbon dioxide, which is like gonna be like there, for example, or down here near the beds. There is a lot of it done with the water as well. There's a lot of it in there. But I think what we'll do is we'll throw it like there and see what happens with it. Doesn't seem like a terrible idea. We also have the planter box, which will periodically produce food. Why is this? I'm pretty sure this is a fart right here that was causing the water to have a bit of a stir up. Or is it like the... Is it the fertilizer? I don't know what it is. I really don't know what's causing the problems there. Also, Woodrow, you have a bed. I really don't know what's up with Woodrow. Wait, contaminated water. Oh, who wet themselves? Come on. Come on. It's enough of that. Someone mop that up. Someone maybe... Can I get you to mop that up as well? Because there's like... There's contaminated water at the bottom of the water because it's been seeping down the ladder. Come on, man. That's not cool. That isn't cool. I'm not a fan of that. Wait, we can mop up like all of that. Okay. You guys enjoy yourselves. Just enjoy yourselves. Mop anything there up as well. That's just filthy, guys. It really is. I'm not a fan of the fact that someone straight up wet themselves there. Really not a fan. Can I just cancel the work done here? There's no point getting them to do much there. But mopping all of this up is definitely worth it. And then moving all the stuff out of there is also definitely worth it just to clean things up. So do some sweeping along there, please. Just like so. We could do some sweeping to pick all of this stuff up, but we'll not worry too much about it. Can I get the priority of this thing to go up a little bit? Like, can we actually build that, please? Because if it uses carbon dioxide to make oxygen, then it is completely renewable, because it means that as we breathe, we are making oxygen. Which seems like a good idea, if I'm being perfectly honest. It would actually be a really good idea to put it down here, but, I mean, that's obviously kind of dangerous because that's completely unbreathable. So I guess we'll see what happens. Either way, let me go back to prioritize here. Oh, I can't actually prioritize the sweeping jobs. Okay. I guess those will get done with time. That's probably okay. This space up here does need to be mined out, though. We need to get ourselves like a ladder or something for that. We also need to clean the toilet, because nobody's currently doing that. So we'll get someone to clean the toilet. We could throw another toilet in here. Like, we could throw another toilet down here, which might be an idea. We also have another duplicant available. So let's see. We have McNair, we have Horatio, and we have Blanche. Now, McNair has two things which are wrong with him. He can't dig it, and he's a narcoleptic. Now, that means that he can't dig, and he will fall asleep anywhere. You're anemic, which means you can't do athletics. And you'll get sick and have a small bladder. We're going to go with Horatio, I think. So we got Horatio joining the team there. He's gonna go and do something. Not sure what that something is. That bed is currently unassigned. Let me give that to Horatio, I suppose. And we'll get another one for the other guy, who, for some reason, never actually took the bed as his own. That seems fine. Doesn't seem too much of a problem. Jasper? Was it? No, it wasn't Jasper. Who was the other guy? Was it Woodrow? It was Woodrow, wasn't it? With those gorgeous ginger locks. So we'll get Woodrow on the oh, Woodrow's having a bit of a dump. Fair enough. Can I increase the priority of construction on that bed, please? Because we really need to get that done. So that Woodrow can have a place to sleep. There you go. So now everybody has a spot to sleep in. Horatio is putting some food in the ration box, which is pretty nice of him. And he's off to bed. Not bad. Not bad at all. We have refinement. We can get compost, which breaks contaminated dirt down into fertilizer. I don't think we have any contaminated dirt currently, so we'll not worry about it. Power generation is definitely something to look into. But there's not a lot we can do about that. Although, if we got some tiny batteries, we could very well go ahead and attempt, at least. Can I get this out of here? Like, dig that up, please. Someone dig that up. There we go. So if this stores power, then my thinking is... Can I increase the priority on those? My thinking is that we don't need people in the generators all the time. So definitely increase the priority of those 3 bits of construction. What's this tip about contaminated water? It's a yucky substance that emits contaminated oxygen and can cause diseases. Small accidents can be cleaned up by clicking and dragging with the mop tool, while larger bodies might be worth filtering. Dirty water also stresses out duplicants it comes into contact with, so it's best removed for your colony's safety. Okay. So I imagine these batteries are just going to store electricity, which seems like a good idea. Horatio, are you having trouble? You're holding your breath because there's no breathable air there. Really? That seems a bit strange that there's like no breathable air in that corner. That is really, really strange. How close are we to this? 7. That's not enough. Because I really want to get those gas permeable tiles. Because it means I can put the beds up here and have the oxygen flow through the floor. But I don't know. That is particularly strange. That is definitely particularly strange. Oh, no, it's research. No, what is this? That's farming tech from earlier. I don't know why that just caught my eye, but apparently it did. Either way, ladies and gents, I reckon I'm gonna leave it there for today, for Oxygen Not Included. It's a bunch of fun. I can highly recommend it. I will say, if you like the video, do be sure to like it so we can get part 2 and beyond moving along. I'd also like to say, if my commentary seems at all different in this video, that's basically because I'm trying to be a little bit more mellow recently. I've been feeling a little bit like I've been going a little bit over the top with the sort of, hey guys, welcome back to this. I wanted to be a bit more mellow with this because it is a bit more of a relaxed game. It is also 8 AM and I have been awake since 5 PM. So, yeah, almost bedtime. Almost bedtime. Either way, thank you, Ken, for watching. Once again, if you liked the video, do be sure to click the like button, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!